Hi guys, so we'll be solving an O-level past paper question from the year 2015. The session is October-November. This is question number 11. This question is based on vectors, ratios, coordinates and transformations. So let's get into it. In the question, they've given us a pentagon. The question says ABCDE is a pentagon. AFB, AHE and BGC are straight lines. The first part says AE, the vector AE is 6 and 1. Calculate AE, the magnitude. So what we have to do is simply you write AE, which is equal to the square of 6 plus the square of 1. This comes out to be under root 37, and AE, let's plug this into the calculator. Let's see what we get. So under root 37 gives us 6.08. So we write it over here, 6.08 units. The next part says H is the midpoint of AE, and H is the midpoint of AE, and FH is equal to 2 and negative 3.5. Find AF. That means if you look at this diagram, they're asking us to find this vector right here. In other words, we can go from this point to this point and then back from H to F. And they've given us the vector FH right over here, which I wasn't able to pronounce like 30 seconds ago. Anyways, so if we have to find AH first, the first thing that you do is AH is half of AE, and AE is 6 and 1. So what we do is we do AE divided by 2. So AH is equal to AE, which is 6 and 1 is getting multiplied by 1 over 2. When you do that, eventually you get AH as 3 and 0.5. So that's AH. Now we need HF. So HF, I hope this is visible right over here. HF is the opposite of this vector over here. So when we do that, we write negative 2 and 3.5 instead of 2 and negative 3.5. So now let's calculate the value of AF. Since AF is when we go from A to H plus H to F, we have the two vectors now. So AF would be equal to the sum of 3 and 0.5 and the vector HF, which is going to be negative 2 and 3.5. Okay, let's add the two. AF should come out to be 3 minus 2 gives you 1, and 0.5 plus 3.5 gives us 4. So AF is equal to 1 and 4. We write our answer over here, 1, 4. The next part, let's study what the next part says. The next part says, one second, G divides BC in the ratio 1:2. I hope this is visible. G divides BC in the ratio 1:2. BG is 2.5 and 0. CD is negative 1 and negative 7. Find GD. So, in order to find GD, first we have to look at this vector once again. This diagram once again. What it says is, we have to find G to D. So that means this vector right here, we need to find this. The question says BG is 2.5 and 0. Then the question says that GC is in the ratio 2:1 compared to this. So this GC would be double of this vector right here. And then we need to find CD. Instead, CD is given to us right here in the question. So let's first find GC. Since GC is double of the vector BG, so we multiply 2.5 and 0 by 2, and GC comes out to be 5 and 0. The next thing is that we have CD right over here. What we have to do is simply find GD, which is next, which was going to be GC, the vector GC plus the vector CD. So GD, let's see what we get, 5 and 0 plus negative 1, negative 7. This gives us 5 minus 1 gives us 4, and 0 minus 7 gives us negative 7. So our answer to this part is 4 and negative 7. I hope this is making sense so far. Let's keep moving on. Okay, the next part says explain why GD is parallel to FH. So in GD, first of all, we have to understand that GD is this vector and FH is this vector. The value of FH that we had over here was 2 and negative 3.5. This is visible right over here. So let's write the value of FH over here. It is 2 and negative 3.5. Now let's have a look at GD. This is the vector GD. I hope this is visible. The vector GD is 4 and negative 7. If you notice, GD is actually twice the vector FH. Even if we do this over here, GD is 4, negative 7, and the vector FH is actually 2, and it is being multiplied by 2 and negative 3.5, which also gives us 4 and negative 7, which is equal to 4 and negative 7 over here. So the two vectors are the same. I hope this is clear enough. Let's look at the next part. B is the point 3 and 10. Find the coordinates of D. So they're telling us that this has coordinates 3 and 10. Then they're asking us to find the coordinates of this point right over here, which are x and y. How do we find this? So if we add the vector B, C and CD to these coordinates, we will find the coordinates of point D. I hope this is visible. We will find the coordinates of point D over here if we add the vector BC and CD to these two coordinates. So how do we do that? First of all, let's have a look at what we have. So the vector or the coordinates of OD are simply equal to OB, the coordinates, plus BG, which is given to us in the previous question, plus GD, which we just found out. So if we do this further, what happens is OD becomes OB. OB has the values 3 and 10, and BG has the values, one second, where this is given to us in the same question over here. If you look, BG has 2.5 and 0, so you add 2.5 and 0, and then lastly you find GD. Where is GD? GD we just found was this, so we add this to our value over here. So we have 4 and we have negative 7. Okay, then when we add this, the coordinates of OD, 3 plus 2.5, 5.5 plus 4 gives us 9.5. So we have 9.5, and then 10 minus 7 gives us 3. So these are the coordinates of D. We write them over here, 9.5 and 3. Okay, let's move on to the last part. So in the last question, in the last part, one second, they've given us this grid. I hope this grid is visible. In this grid, there are 3 flags, A, C and B. Part 1 says flag A is mapped onto flag T by translation -3 and -6. Over here in the first part, it says translation -3 and -6. It says draw and label T. Okay. So -3 means 3 units to the left. If we look at this point, goes 3 units to the left, 1, 2, 3 and 6 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it comes over here. That's what I think. Yeah. So the top part comes over here. Then if you look at this point, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This comes over here. I hope this is visible as well. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This comes over here. So if you connect them by a straight line, this is flag, what is this called? Flag T. Okay. The next part says describe fully the enlargement that will map flag A onto flag B. Answer. Okay, so we have to answer. We have to look at this, and this enlargement goes on to become a larger shape, that is B. So what do we need to do? We need to connect the points. How do we connect the points? Okay, one second. So we look at these 2 points and we connect them by a straight line. Then we look at these 2 points and we connect these by a straight line as well. So you can see that the point over here, that's where the lines intersect. This is going to be the center of enlargement, which has coordinates 4 and 0. And then since this is 2 units, this line is 2 units, and this is 4 units, the scale factor would be the image divided by this, that is 4 divided by 2, the scale factor becomes 2. So we write our answer over here. Scale factor of 2 and center of enlargement at 4 and 0. Okay, let's look at the next point. Find the center of rotation that will map flag A onto flag C. How do we do this? So flag A, if you see this over here, is being mapped onto flag C. So first of all, let's remove these things so that it's easy for us to see. Okay, now since this is a rotation, the way we do this is first we draw a line connecting these two. This is supposed to be connected like this, from the edge, from the top of the thing and from the bottom of the thing, right here. Okay, now I think this is going to give me the correct answers. So I draw an arc over here and draw another arc over here. Then I put my compass right at this point and draw an arc like this and then like this. Okay, so this was the one. Okay, so then I connect these 2 lines like this, and then I draw an arc for these 2 points. One of them like this, one of them like this, the other one like this. Then I put my compass over here, draw a line like this and another one like this. Okay, this may be too much scribbling, but I think I may be to get this point correctly. This is going to be the perpendicular bisector of this line. So I know the drawing is not the best one. However, the point of intersection is going to be right here. So the perpendicular bisectors intersect at this point, which is 5 and 2. So we write our values over here. This is going to be 5 and 2. The last part says rotate flag B through 45 degrees anti-clockwise about the origin. Label the image R. So what we have to do is, first of all, we have to rotate this shape, part B, 45 degrees like this. That means this straight line would be on this line and this point would be somewhere over here and this line would become a vertical line over here. So first, since this is a rotation about 45 degrees, we need to draw a line that connects all these points. 1 second, 4 and 4, and this is the line that I'm looking for. So it looks like this. This is going to be the line on which this shape is going to be built. How do we do this? We take our compass, we put it over here. Since this is a line that is 45 degrees, we put the compass over here and we draw an arc like this. We put our compass over here. I hope this is visible. Put a compass over here. That's almost this point. Draw an arc over here. Then we put our compass over here. 1 second. I hope this is visible as well. And we draw an arc like this. And since these are the 2 points, these are the 3 points, we connect them like this. This is going to be the flag part. And then this point needs to be rotated to the left like this. It is going to be, 1 second, it is going to be somewhere on this. And then if you look at this, right, this point will go vertically over here, right? So you can draw a line like this, and now you have your flag, which is going to look like this and this. So I can remove the remaining parts over here and over here. if you look closely at the shape, even if I remove this line over here and I remove this line from here, this right here would be the new image that is going to be R. And we're done with the question. I hope this question made sense. The complete working of the entire question is present in the description below for you to download. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching.